A brand new update for EA Sports College Football 25 just hit this morning, and we've been waiting for this one for about 6 weeks. This is the longest we've gone in between title updates for the game since it's been released. Now, we did get a bit of a surprise update last week that updated ratings and things like that, which is nice, but I said that this week we should finally be getting the actual title update, and it's now here, so we can go over it. Now, if you are new to the channel and you never want to miss out on any of the important updates for this game, as we usually get one every month, and the updates and leaks for the following game, College Football 26, make sure you subscribe and turn the bell icon on, because you could be missing out on some of these very important videos. You know, more than half of you that watch the vids aren't subscribed, so you might be missing videos and you don't even know it. Now, this was the smallest title update so far this year, which does make sense because we're kind of getting to that part of the year where the updates are going to start to get a little smaller. The biggest updates are always going to be in the first 3 to 4 months that the game has been released, but now that we're getting near the end of the year, they're getting more so shifted into College Football 26 gear at this point, working on that game, adding the stuff that they're going to be doing there. So we're going to see smaller updates going forward, but this was still a pretty decent update. They fixed a few issues. They added a ton of new uniforms, which has been the one consistent thing in every update, so I'm glad they're still sticking with that, giving us tons of new unis and helmets and things like that to use in our dynasty modes and all that good stuff. But they're going to be getting smaller and smaller probably the rest of the way, because they're going to just start winding down at this part of the year as, you know, football season is almost coming to an end. Now, the update is so small that they in fact didn't even put out patch notes, which is kind of odd because usually they always put out patch notes, but I did hear that they were going to stop doing patch notes for the rest of the year because the updates were going to be smaller, but they did put out a tweet with some stuff that they fixed. I did find something else that they wound up addressing as well, and then we'll go over all of the uniform updates that were added, which was a pretty good amount. So in today's update, this is what they did. They put out a tweet and it said that they had some stability fixes and updates, including a fix to the CPU QB's ability to pitch. So there was some issues with the options still. I think this also still works for the user. I don't think this is just a CPU fix, because even the user pitch sometimes was a little janky. It seems like it's definitely gotten a lot better after this update, so that's good. They also did some tuning to the overtime AI logic, which was definitely needed, as we saw, you know, in overtime games, and really just honestly logic in general in both this and Madden. You know, sometimes it can leave a lot to be desired. Sometimes it works all right, but other times it's a little nonsensical. So, you know, end of game logic is definitely something that EA has had some issues with lately in their games that a lot of people have noticed, but specifically with college football and overtime, there were definitely some bad logic there. So looks like they did address that, which was good. And then they added here that they are introducing new uniforms for over 40 teams, including Colorado, Texas, A&M, LSU, Army, Navy, and more. And we're going to look at those in just a minute. They also did apparently add the national tab back to the team stats screen in Dynasty mode. This was not listed anywhere, but I did see a number of people say that this was addressed. There may be some other little things that were addressed as well that they have just not really said anything about because they were just very small and they maybe thought people didn't notice, but hey, we notice everything. So they did add the national tab back in the Dynasty stats, if you were wondering. Now we're going to go over all of the uniforms and the helmets and all the things that changed there, and there's some really, really good ones this time around. But really quickly, I want to shout out today's video sponsor, Underdog. They've been a huge supporter of the channel, and if you love sports and you like winning money, then you've got to be on Underdog playing their pick'em game. Basically what you do is you pick higher or you pick lower on player stats, and if they hit, you can win some big money. But my favorite thing about Underdog Fantasy is not only do they give you some free plays to start with, they give you free money out the gate, so who doesn't love that? So for example, if you want to sign up this week and play for Thursday Night Football, they're going to give you a free play of Brock Purdy to get a single yard. That means all you have to do is pass for at least 1 yard, and that's it, you win. If you want to wait and play on Sunday, they're going to give you Jordan Love to get a single yard. Or for Monday Night Football, they're going to give you Kirk Cousins to get a single yard. And no matter when you sign up, it can be weeks from now, there's always going to be a free play like this for you to easily take advantage of and win some easy money. And if you use my code RAY, R-A-Y, they're going to also give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash at sign up, and you just cannot beat that. So let's look at the new uniforms, starting with Army. They got the new uniforms that they're going to be wearing in the Army-Navy game. A lot of people were hoping these would be added, and they look sick. Also, for the Navy, they got their uniforms that they're going to be wearing in that game. You may have saw this at the beginning of the video when I had some B-roll playing, but these right here might be my favorite that were added in this update. These Navy uniforms are absolutely sick. My LSU Tigers just brought back the yellow throwbacks recently a couple weeks ago, and EA already got them in the game. I'm glad to see that. Good to see LSU getting some more options because they didn't have a whole bunch in the game. These have been long awaited. The Houston Baby Blues, the Oiler themed uniforms. Not sure why these took so long. Maybe Houston was not letting them put it in yet, but glad that they finally got those in. These are some favorites of a lot of people. Texas A&M also recently broke out the All Blacks probably about a month or so ago, so we knew these would be coming. They got these in the game now as well, which look nice. Mississippi State also got one of their white alternates in the game. I actually really like this. If you look closely, like on the stripes and the numbers and the helmet, they've got like some little detailing in those, numbers and stripes, some patterns, so those look pretty cool. Here's another big one people were waiting for, the all orange Virginia Tech. Of course, they had last year's version, but they didn't have the new version, and I would say, in my opinion, this is my favorite Virginia Tech uniform. I love the all orange look. Speaking of Virginia teams, we've got the throwback white Virginia uniforms. I think, I don't know exactly what changed here. I know the helmet's a little different, but they got that look in the game as well. Colorado got a couple of new ones. They got the updated all grays, which are some of my favorite Colorado unis. They got, this year's version with the mountains on the sleeve and things like that. So all grays, always a good look for Colorado. They also got the updated white gold, which is another good look, especially with the white helmet and gold face mask. I love the whole combo, but they got the updated 2024 version of those unis in the game now, which look awesome. Louisville got a couple of new ones as well. They got the red gold alternates. These are some of the best that were added in this update, in my opinion, and Louisville just has some of the best alternates in the game. They've gotten a bunch added all year. This is one of the newer ones, and they got the other black alternate. This is their second black alternate with the script helmet. These are pretty cool as well. So Louisville fans, you got some new uniforms to mess with in the game. USC got their throwbacks added, which isn't too different. I think it's mainly just the sleeve is a little different on these jerseys, but got a slightly different option there for USC. We also got the all blacks for USF. People have been asking for this for a while. Finally got those in. These actually are cool. I mean, all black, all white. I'm a sucker for those on any team. I feel like any team can pretty much pull them off for the most part. Speaking of all blacks, we got the updated all black Ohio. I think the helmet might have been different as well, or they did get some type of a new green helmet, but those look great. We also got some more Western Kentucky here. We got the all reds, but they got the new helmet, the big red helmet, one of the best helmets in football, so I'm glad that's in the game. Speaking of all blacks, we've got the all black Washington updated uniforms here. I mean, these look absolutely sick. Love to see that. We also got a alternate all black for the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. I'm from Louisiana, so of course I love to see this. Got the fleur-de-lis on the sleeve. These are some pretty sick jerseys. Sick helmet as well. We've got the all gold look for Western Michigan. I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of like their colors. I'm a big fan of brown. I like the brown and gold combo. The all gold unis here look sick. I would say these are probably their best looking uniforms now, in my opinion. It's in the game. And then speaking of good unis, Texas State always has a lot of good stuff, but they got the new gold Cats script helmet here, which is probably one of their best looking helmets. Those are awesome. We also got some all black uniforms here for FIU, I believe this is, and we know FIU has some of the best in the game as well, so another addition to their uniforms. We also got a new updated Navy helmet for Florida Atlantic here, the script helmet. I think it's the Sunblazers helmet, so that looks pretty cool. So here's some more helmets that we got. We got the white script helmet for North Texas, finally added to the game. We also got the red helmet for Jacksonville State, the updated one with the bird on the helmet, I believe it is. Here is the black solar helmet for Oregon State. I saw some people asking about this. That has finally been added to the game. Looks pretty sick. And then we got the white helmet for Purdue again. I love a good white helmet. I think any team can pretty much pull it off, so the more white helmets, the better to me. Same with black helmets. I think you just can't go wrong with most teams, and Purdue's looks pretty good. Now, if you want to know about the other surprise update that we just got a few days ago and find out all of the ratings changes, because there were some pretty important ones, make sure you check out this video right here on the screen.